So, hello, secret code name Pink Lily, and welcome to the full moon in Gemini mirror analysis readings. The intention of this reading is to help you recognize where your perspective may be short-sighted, or a better way of saying it might be low-sighted, in that the perspective that you're holding may have a lower vibration attached to it than the reality that you would like to manifest, right? And is therefore keeping you stuck or keeping you from achieving the manifestation. So the intention of this is to help make you aware of where your perspective may be keeping you stuck, keeping you from progressing, right, into the next elevated experience, right, to help you align with it. So, you have presented in this reading as the Princess of Pentacles. You have the King of Swords below you with the Seven of Swords above you, with the Four of Wands behind you, which is essentially what it is in the past that is keeping your perspective stuck. And the Temperance is the card that Spirit has given you as a first step in moving forward, right? And elevating towards higher energy. With it comes guidance from the White Light Oracle. You've got cards number 12 and 5, Perfume of Sophia, and Queen of the Nagas. Okay, what does this mean? Well, Princess of Pentacles in the Hermetic Tarot is the Princess of the Echoing Hills. It is as if you see yourself as the opportunity. You see yourself as the opportunity. That someone with a keen eye for value would pick you up and seize the opportunity because they see your value. They know your potential, what potential you hold as a partner, what potential you hold as a friend, what potential you hold as a worker. You see yourself as the opportunity to seize. With the King of Swords being the energy below you, and the Seven of Swords being the card above you. Spirit is asking you to see that even though you may be a great opportunity to seize because you bring A, B, C, X, Y, Z to the table, where you have an unstable effort, and it is in the realm of self-sabotage when it comes to the higher perspective. The Seven of Swords is Lilith and Aquarius energy. The King of Swords is in fact Aquarius energy, the mastery of the air, the suit of air. And yet you're robbing yourself somewhere in there, in the thought process. It's almost like feeling you're a great catch, but yet not being able to apply yourself to being an actual partner. Like you're an excellent individual, but maybe not that excellent at actually being a partner. Recognizing all of your own strengths, but not necessarily seeing your weaknesses, because someone you're involved with might not be the best, stable, whatever individual. They might not have all of the same things that you have strengths-wise as an individual, but they make a much better partner. They're much better at being a partner than you are. Maybe they hold less expectations. Maybe they hold less judgment. Maybe they are more considerate of your feelings. Maybe they consider you and the choices that they make, all of them, because a partnership means two people are one, which means you can never not be considered. Maybe they're excellent at this. Maybe they're not as consistent with routine. Maybe they're not as motivated to get some great paying job. Maybe they're not as educated. Maybe they don't have a strong relationship with their family and they don't bring family to the table. Maybe it's hard for them to keep friends because they're an excellent partner in everything that they do and people are inherently self-centered and inconsiderate of them. Maybe they've been hurt a lot over the years. Maybe you're not that way. Maybe you always consider yourself first. Maybe you always do what's best for you. And if they're not in alignment with that, then they're out. Maybe you look at them like they're just someone who leans on you for this support or that support, when you don't necessarily realize just how much they're holding you in consideration. You know what I mean? It's almost like seeing yourself as this great opportunity, this great partner, and feeling like you can't find a great partner who is your equal, when partnership isn't about necessarily finding your equal, but your greatest complement. Not necessarily someone who's the same, but whose strengths make up for your weaknesses. Even if you can't see what they are. If you're a little blind to yourself, which, to be fair, most people are. The past that's keeping you stuck, this Four of Wands energy, the Lord of perfected work. It's Aries and Venus energy. It is absolutely being so in love with the self. It's almost like the idea of bringing anybody else into your world, they're just going to hold you back. They're just going to hold you back. It's that perspective. You've fallen so in love with you that the integration of anybody else, you would perceive yourself as worse off instead of potentially better off. It's not a terrible thing to love the self, trust me. But we can definitely overdo it. We can definitely overdo it and think that we are so important and we are so strong and we are so great that we forget just how much easier life is when we are not alone. It's easier. Like maybe the person that you would see as less than is a great ear and a great companion, and they can listen to all of your stress and handle it. And maybe they don't work the same hours as you. But because of that and the fact that they do contribute, they consider just how much stress you're under, and they make sure that the house is not a complete and utter mess. Or after they're done in the bathroom, they leave it better than when they went in, so that you don't have to be stressed out looking at a dirty bathroom. Maybe they make something quick for dinner. It might not be a gourmet meal, but damn if they didn't make sure that you didn't have to worry about it. The benefits of having a partner, an actual partner. They know how much they love you and consider you and empathize with you. Does that mean they're not equal? They just have different strengths than you, right? Understand that perfecting the self is great. But if you can't apply your perfected self to a partnership with someone else who has essentially perfected a whole different self, they're not perfect because they're not like you. They're a different kind of perfect. Is loving yourself too much? The perfection of yourself so much that you wouldn't be able to integrate with someone else, because that's essentially what temperance is. The guidance step, the first step forward, it's alchemizing. You can control yourself and transform, or you can dictate to others how they need to transform and be better because they're not good enough. You are not the only opportunity to seize. They might be too, and you just don't know it. Because to be fair, if someone is so focused on being the opportunity that anybody who can see my value and sees the opportunity of me would be blessed. Anybody who would look at themselves as the opportunity might miss the opportunity right in front of them, because they're not the only opportunity. It would almost be foolish to think you're an opportunity and miss the beautiful opportunity right there next to you. Because they're not picking you up, you don't pick them up. What if? What if? You're looking at yourself as the opportunity, being, metaphorically the seed. But as the seed, you're not seeing the opportunity in the ground. You're just sitting on the surface. What if you completely immersed yourself in the opportunity of the ground? How beautiful you would grow if you seized that opportunity. Instead of waiting for someone to pick you up, why not just choose to bury yourself in nourishment and grow? Guidance. Perfume of Sophia. Card number 12. It says, you will be able to sense the best timing and approach to take to create space for healing and resolution. Connect to your body and ground yourself in the here and now with body-friendly practices. Body-friendly meaning mental body, emotional body, spiritual body, physical body, right? You will find your own way intuitively and instinctively, even through confusing circumstances, where one moment you are sure the answer is no, and the next you are sure it is yes. Give up trying to figure out the right answer now and remain open with positive but relaxed expectations that clarity shall emerge spontaneously according to divine timing. Trust that your questions about your life will be answered. Even now, you are in the process of working your way toward the answers that will bring you clarity and higher understanding. There is a kindness in how the universe delivers a message. There is a story of 3 rabbis who went into a room and saw God. One rabbi dropped dead, the other went crazy, and the third one became enlightened. It was the same room and the same divine presence. So what accounts for the different outcomes? When we are ready for knowledge, divine guidance is incredibly helpful and healing. However, we may need certain experiences to become ready. There is as much grace in veiling a truth as in revealing it. There is a beautiful Sufi teaching that destiny is granted with compassion. There is a time to prepare for knowledge, a time to receive it, and a time to live it. There is danger in trying to force knowledge. Force is the desire to progress faster than is naturally taking place. It is a disconnection from natural rhythms, the sacred feminine, the power of knowing and divine timing. The oracle of the perfume of Sophia asks you to trust your nose. The spiritual symbolism of the ability to smell is the capacity for discernment. In the words of Juliet, in Romeo and Juliet, a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. The nose knows. As you lean into natural timing rather than trying to force something to happen, you'll remain connected to your own ground of being. You won't be pushing to get ahead. You'll be in connection with yourself. You'll be able to sense with your body and soul that which might otherwise confuse your mind with its tendency to argue first one way and then the other. You will instinctively sniff out the truth of a situation. Then you shall be able to do something useful with that knowledge. You will have your answers, and in the interim, you are doing beautifully. Continue with your journey. Queen of the Nagas, clarifying that guidance further for you. It says, a sacred task exists for you to fulfill. It is to be found through connection to your heart. Be open only to those most authentic teachings which prove yourself to your continued spiritual progress and personal freedom. Cleansing your body, mind, and heart and soul will be of particular benefit at this time. Powerful, subtle energies are helping to ensure your success. Believe that many positive synchronicities and unexpected allies will rally to support you. The mysterious beings known as Nagas are recognized in spiritual traditions across India, Nepal, and Tibet, as well as in other shamanic and cultural traditions. Nagas are connected to water and are extremely sensitive to pollutions and poisons of all kinds. They become disturbed when waters are polluted. Since our bodies are composed of more water than anything else, when the waters of our planet are disturbed, so too are we. We can make gentle offerings to the waters of our planet and help heal them through our choices. As we do our part to honor and heal the waters, we help ourselves and the Nagas who in turn assist humans to further heal and evolve spiritually. Water is the element of love, is it not? Certain Nagas, including the Naga Queen, are emanations of enlightened higher beings. The Eastern goddess of compassion, Kuan Yin, is said to assume the form of a benevolent Naga to help beings in need of her protection. Enlightened Naga beings are very helpful to humans, protecting secret wisdoms and offering powerful teachings to those who are wise and committed enough to use them for the greater good. The Naga Queen helps such practitioners overcome the numerous poisons that abound in our world, find deep emotional healing, and make significant spiritual progress. The Queen of Nagas brings two messages. The first is that you maintain your integrity and take your emotional healing journey. You are placing yourself within a powerful field of spiritual protection. Continue to tend to your inner healing and ask for spiritual protection each day from the higher beings you love. And as you continue with such practices, a palpable field of positive energy accumulates around you, minimizing negative influences. On your off days, this field buffers you from your own mind or factors outside of your control, such as astrological influences or other people's ego-driven actions. If some negativity does enter your world, its severity is minimized and you will recover from the disturbance more swiftly if you can honor this guidance. The second message of this oracle is that something of great value is at work in your world. Spirit works with tremendous subtlety, even when it is accomplishing a masterful stroke of luminous inspiration and powerful grace. You may not be fully aware of the divine protection being granted or of a negativity that was averted, yet you are being held in grace nonetheless. If you are struggling with a matter, know that spiritual protection has prevented the situation from escalating and shall ensure that the situation is corrected and resolved. The divine can assume whatever form it will, benefit the seeker to ensure their continued progress, facilitating the right things at the right time. There is no need to impose a limit on the limitless resourcefulness and creative generosity of divine at play in your affairs. All you need to do is trust and invite it in. This is allowing yourself to absolutely love who you are, to continue to love who you are. You've worked hard to get to be the person that you love being. And it is also about loving someone else who has worked very hard to be and maintain the person that they love being. Just like you wouldn't want anybody to change you. For someone who fought so hard to love who they are, they don't want to change either. They don't want to give themselves up to be more like you. They have given everything up to be most like them, just like you. They have given everything up to be the best person to them, just like you. That's where you find common ground with someone. Love your ability to receive. That you are not just the opportunity, but the seizer of the opportunity as well. So I hope this helps. This is the last moon event of 2021. And I look very forward to reading for you next year. My love and support are with you always. So until next time, take care.